Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to Jahaneman. And we are once again with a woman of substance, a woman who has great passion for the literature, who has great passion of all the forms of arts, who has great passion to express her creativity, to express her innovation through the art forms. Yes, I am talking about a woman who is with us, Kalavani Ilango from Singapore, and she is going to be awarded with the title of Women of Substance. Jahaneman is proud of you, and I'm going to present you to all our sisters as a role model so that they can also follow the footstep and they also be a woman of substance. So hello, Kalavani, how are you?
Yeah, hi, good evening. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. Nice to see you on this platform.
Thank you very much and welcome to Jahaneman. Congratulations. Jahaneman
Thank
has
you.
selected you as Woman of Substance.
Thank you. Thank you. I feel proud to be part of this whole thing, and I'm delighted to see our sisters also. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
So, Miss Kalavani, first of all, you let us know the meaning of your name. It's so beautiful. And then further, I would like to know about you more. And I would like to know about your passion, about your journey, about you everything. Yes, dear, please.
Okay, actually, the definition, the meaning for my name is God of Arts. Actually, is the God of Arts. So I think my parents they just randomly gave this name to me, and I found a meaning attached to my name itself when I started to explore different forms of literature since my younger days. So I'm just very proud to have the name, and I'm trying my best to explore different forms of literature like stories, essays, poems, even plays, dramas, and that's how I'm able to contribute to the community through my writing. And basically, I'm an educator. I have been in teaching line for the past 9 years. That's how I connected myself to the children in the society, and and to me, literature is something I find like pen is always used across the community. I think it's a good way to connect to the community, to feel their needs and see how we can bring forward the community, the society. So it's always like a lifelong learning, and I'm very attached to the word lifelong learning. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was really an insightful uh, briefing about yourself. And by profession, you are a teacher. That's really great to know. You know, we have a special a soft corner for the teachers, as I myself am a teacher for the last 20 years. So I love all the teachers all over the world. So, Kalavani, it's very nice to know about your passion, about your teaching profession. Now, as you know, that our theme for this International Women's Day is emotional fashion. So, what is your understanding of emotional fashion?
Actually, emotional fashion is it's a term that is coined, I guess, and I feel that there's always a very strong correlation between the fashion and the emotions. And when I started to research on this term, I came across a lot of findings which were really like made me think, because not many of us could feel the link between our choice of clothes and our emotions. But this emotion is something that we need to feel so that we can safeguard our environment. So it's like really a big thing that we need to explore in depth.
Thank you very much. Your understanding is quite clear and transparent. Now, one more thing is there, so that do we really need to fashion our emotion? You know, in the race of emotions, sometimes we have seen that fashions are changing so fast and their pace is so rapid that at times the things are just pile up with us, whether we need those stuff or not. whether we need those dressing, clothing, accessories, and other things or not. But since we are in the race, we have to change every time. So do you think it's going to harm our environment in some way, or how it is going to affect us?
Definitely, we shouldn't be moving very fast because we shouldn't be victims of this fast fashion. Sometimes when we look at our wardrobe, there will be just couple of clothes that will be worn by us many times, even though it looks very old or maybe have one or two holes. But we would like to wear that type of clothes because we have chosen the clothes. We feel this attachment, this bonding to that particular T-shirt or blouse. But there will be some other clothes in our wardrobe which we wouldn't be wearing it that often. That means we just bought the clothes out of excitement or maybe wanted to stick to the fashion at that point of time. So those clothes chose us. So there's a difference between clothes that were chosen by us and there were clothes that chose us. So in that way, we should be little slow in choosing our clothes and using it over a longer period of time because we all know that this particular fashion industry, more or less, they contributed to more than 10% of the world's carbon emission. So we really need to look into this as a part of this environmental impact because we only have one planet, Earth, to live. So I think we should be mindful of our choice of clothes.
It's really very nice to know your concern about the environment and your concern about planet Earth. It's really very nice, and we all have to understand. Especially, it is said that women have the soft corner about this, but I don't think that this is just special with the women. Even for men also, I have seen, yes, there are many men who are into a habit of changing the dressing, and then their wardrobe is full of clothes. So anyway, we have to consider access of everything is bad. That's for true.
Yeah.
Now, Clavani, since you are from Singapore, so let me just ask, with reference of Singapore, what is the basic difference in adopting the fashion in India and in Singapore? Do you have any idea about India or no?
Yeah, I do have. I do have many friends over there in India, particularly at the southern India. So I could see the pattern how guys and girls they have changed their dressing sense over the past maybe 10 years. So it's a decade. There's like a drastic change, even in the way they dress up and then the way how they portray themselves. So I guess that is more of a westernization. The impact has really hit the culture over here, and there are people who are stuck between traditional as well as western clothings. But the thing is, yeah, it's good to make oneself confident by wearing certain clothes to certain occasions, but you shouldn't be like a craze over it. We shouldn't be enslaved by this thought, or we need to follow up with the passion and we need to really stick to what the Westerns are doing. I think we shouldn't be in that way. We should have our roots. We should always remember our cultural roots, and then we can also stick to certain clothing, certain dressing when it maybe it's at workplace or maybe certain occasions. So we should dress accordingly, and yeah, even like a traditional dress with simple makeup, it makes someone more confident. So I think apart from the clothing that they are wearing, I think it's personality that we really need to build in so that we can be really more fabulous and
Thank you very much, Ms. Clavani. It was lovely talking to you, and it was a very nice experience contacting you. And once again, I congratulate you on being the woman of substance. May Almighty always bless you,
Thank
and
you.
may all your dreams come true. With these wishes, I request you to
Thank you.
kindly join us on 7th March when we are celebrating International Women's Day. There we are going to present you the award formally. So thank you very much for being with me.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, and I wish everyone all the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And my dear friends, my dear sisters, let me just ask the last question, that what is Clavani's message for all the sisters globally? Yes, Clavani.
Okay, basically my message is no matter what happens, we really need to move forward. Every obstacle is going to be a focal point for us. We really need to overcome our obstacles and move forward, not looking back at our past. And if we don't move, we don't know the chains attached to us. So we really need to move forward and break the chains apart. And we should be looking at, we should have a very good foresight so that we can see what is there at our destination and we work towards that destination. So yeah, that's the thing. So we should be just determined to fulfill our goals and achieve our dreams, no matter how many obstacles are there waiting for us.
Thank you very much for the lovely message. We have to be determined, we have to be focused, and we have to be always ready to face the challenges and obstacles that whatever comes on our ways. Thank you very much, Clavani, for this lovely message, and see you on 7th. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.